So we put out an Instagram reel a while ago, which was us finishing the circumnavigation, and Bodhi's jumping on the front. The comments on that are outrageous, and they're mostly around the kid dying, Bodhi dying, falling overboard. There should be a rope attached to him, and how careless we are as parents. I think what we want to talk about, there's risks out here as we sail around the world, but we mitigate those risks. And if you really look at it closely, there's probably more risks living on land than there are at sea.
3.
Oh, good boy! Whoa!
Why not, Jay?
Today is a big day. We're heading back to where it all started.
The video.
The videos. When we were here 7 years ago, we launched our boat from Grenada Marine here in Grenada. And I don't know, it was a long time ago. We had a few less wrinkles. We were a bit younger, not much wiser.
We were doing bottom paint on our fire, and it's like, we took it down to bare bottom.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Going back to 7 years, what are like some of your best and worst memories from when we started in Grenada?
I think some of the best was like the hiking and the people and the lovely time we had here. I mean, it was really a nice spot to start.
For me personally, my favorite memories are as well, I think the people that were here, that we met, like the fellow cruisers, the locals, definitely the hiking. That was a huge highlight. The other thing that I remember is just how little we knew about boat maintenance. It's just been such a steep learning curve over the last 8 years that, you know, now that the fridge broke, I looked at it, for example, this time, and not to prop myself up, but I'm like, okay, well, it's got power, the pump's running, you know, it's out of my hands. I can't fix it. Before, it was just like, I didn't even know what to check. I didn't even know where to start, what a thermostat was, what a cooling plate is, what a compressor is, you know. And,
Yeah.
so things are more within our comfort zone, I think, this time around. We're basically going to haul the boat, we'll leave it on the hard. There's really not that much work to be done. Famous last words.
You know, it's sometimes when you haul, it's like sad and it's like kind of like ending for a little bit. But I think that I'm really excited for the next few months. We're going to the boat show, gonna meet a ton of our patrons. Yeah, go home to Canada where it's less perspiry for a little bit.
So Grenada Marine's kind of a cool spot. It's up a kind of alley, like it's really long and narrow. And when they did have a hurricane come through here, it was they sustained the least amount of damage because they're up this long, narrow area.
I think when you're long-term cruisers like we are now, the breaks are awesome. Needed, awesome, looked forward to, and then you always come back reinvigorated. And because once you're home, you really look forward to being back on the boat and the boat lifestyle, because it is a beautiful and wonderful lifestyle. But yeah.
This is a really cool boat. It's the Atlantic 55 from Chris White, and what you'll notice is there's a dagger board there, but it also has mini keels. And what's really interesting is the dagger boards must come out from underneath the mini keels because there's no other way. So that's really cool. And then if we go further back, what's interesting about rudders, they have this little piece here. I'm not sure what this is about, but some sort of foil or skeg to prevent hobby horsing perhaps. Or maybe this is where it can shear off. I'm not exactly sure. If anyone knows what the skeg is about on the rudders, let me know. I'd be really interested in that. Chris White was one of the first people to invent the forward cockpit on a catamaran. Lots of people have mimicked it, including us. Some could say copied or plagiarized, but I like the word inspirational. He's an inspiration, Chris White, and definitely this would be the boat I would own in the entire boatyard. Awesome boat.
I've taken off my shorts outfit because of the bleach.
You got underboob sweat.
Gross. Ben has done the bulk of the work here, and he has done an amazing job of cleaning up this boat. And it's shocking how dirty it was in a weird way, because I clean it all the time and we live aboard it, but it's like every nook and cranny. When we put the boat to bed, we literally wipe everything and under everything and in everything, so you come back and you can just do a quick surface wipe for any mold that's grown in the humidity and load everything back up and go. Otherwise, you could be facing like disaster, mayhem, gosh knows what. But it's really good. You go through your food, you purge your year-old supplies that you never used, and continue on.
That looks like a disaster, but it's not. All the cushion covers have been taken off and washed. There they are, nice and clean. Kiteboarding gear, even though you think it probably doesn't get affected by the heat, it does. The bladders inside, which are welded together, like really thin plastic material, that glue, the welds will fail. And so we try and keep them a little bit cooler. I'm just looking at them for mold. For us, what's next? It's basically just go home, rest, recuperate. It's been a long passage for us. Like, we're, I think, a bit exhausted after 6 weeks, 52 days at sea or in rolling anchorages. So we're going to go home, rest, and then we're going to basically start working on the NOAA 55. So we start working on design again. You know, the stuff that we didn't think about, like how are we going to run the lines, where are the blocks going to go, what sail configuration, and those kind of things. So there's a lot going on. Start working on sponsorships in terms of like trying to land an engine sponsor, sail sponsor, hardware for the running rigging, deck hardware.
Figure out what yard we're going to
build it in. So there's a lot that still needs to happen, and that's going to be our focus over the probably month that we're home. Hey guys, when mom and dad are talking to the camera, you guys have to be quiet.
Yeah, I'm really excited. There's a lot of really important things that we're going to be doing in the next couple months. And one of them we hope is to meet a lot of you at the boat show, some of you in Canada when we're there, and we really look forward to it. I think I have a mosquito bite on my face. The mosquitoes are super bad here. If you're ever at Grenada Marine, don't try and live on your boat. It's a nightmare. Nightmare.
Guys, don't fall overboard. This scares me more than being on the ocean. Wow, it is incredibly hot. And we're on the hard. We got our last couple pieces of laundry to do. We've taken down all the canvas, all the mainsails of Genoa. Code Zero is just drying out. We've had a little torrential rains in the last couple of days. But all the windshields, everything else is off. But what's amazing is this bottom paint. It hasn't even had any growth on it. It still smells like fresh paint. It's weird. But yeah, I think we're in really good shape. I mean, even the sail drives look really good. I'm not going to even paint the props. Those will just stay as is with this prop speed. Looks fine. All of these boats have already been tied down. You can kind of see like that one. See the straps at the bottom ends? They're all tied down. So it's good to see that they're taking it seriously here. They did have, I asked them, their last hurricane was in 2004. So that's quite a while ago. I said, maybe this year, because it's hot. It's more hot than normal this year. They're saying, even the locals are complaining, there's heat warnings on right now. They're all saying it's extremely hot this year. The Southern Atlantic has especially high water temperatures this year. So we'll see. There's an early start to the season, but now it's kind of calmed down again, and there's nothing happening in the southern North Atlantic. So we'll see what happens. Luckily, Grenada is quite far south, so if they do spin up, usually what happens is they'll spin up and then go north due to the Coriolis effect. So it's hard for Grenada to get hit, but it does happen. Time to go home into what Canada calls summer, maybe called deep freeze here in Grenada. We're off to the airport. I'm gonna grab the kids. We're gonna grab and jump in a taxi, and we'll be off to Canada.
So with a full-blown campfire ban in Canada, you have to get creative about cooking your marshmallows, and they're just not the same raw. We tried it on the propane fire, which they say not to do, but we tried it. You could taste the propane a little bit, not gonna lie. Pretty sure it won't kill us. But we decided we'd try briquettes this time, since Ben insisted on getting this briquette barbecue, and we thought it was a lot of fun. After South Africa, we've really loved cooking on the wood in South Africa is what you cook on, but here we thought briquettes is a close second. Trailer life is awesome. And I have to say, it's a little bit chillier here than what we're used to. I may have a few layers on. Oh. We call these dickies, but none of them are dickies. I don't know what they are. What are they, flannels? Insulated flannels? And over top of a puffy coat? It's the only way to camp in Canada.
So at the boat show, everyone mentioned that I was so much taller, and what actually happens, it's true. My legs are sideways and Ashley stands like that. And then we're similar height usually, so that's usually what's going on. That's why we look similar height, maybe.
I guess he shrinks to me. It's harder for me to grow.
But we're still in Canada. Literally, we have run out of footage. We are real time now. Tonight, we are heading back to Nahoa.
Yeah, so you'll be watching this on Sunday, and we'll be in the air, like flying. And I am so excited to be heading back. We have spent the last 2 months here chilling, having such a good time, trying to integrate back into society. You know, we put Willa in ballet, although we've pulled her out now because we're leaving, of course, but we've started to learn to ride bikes. We have improved our scootering skills. Our kids are scooter maniacs.
Yeah, we've tried to integrate with society. We're not quite ready yet, I don't think. So
we're gonna go.
We're gonna go back to the boat. If you'd like to get real-time updates or more behind the scenes, we post on our Patreon community. If that's something for you, definitely go check it out. Lots of other little perks like Patreon meetups, more one-on-one kind of communication, lots of stuff there. We love it there. We hang out with people there. And sometimes we meet people in person too. We've had 2 Patreon meetups in the last 3 months. One in Grenada, one at the Annapolis Boat Show, and we're gonna have more of those as we go forward. There's a link somewhere on the screen, somewhere. We mentioned this at the Annapolis Boat Show at a talk that we wouldn't be here without them. So for anyone that wants to support us, and for all of those that have supported us, we really, really appreciate it.
Thank you guys. And we'll see you in the Caribbean, like tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Bye for now.
Bye.